will the other military helicopters here at Stansted this morning.
Well, we're going to continue watching those pictures. We'll be back with Lorna Gordon shortly as well. Let's speak to US politics analyst Trevor McCrisken, who's here with us in the studio, and we are going to keep watching those pictures. He said it could be 5 to 10 minutes, not sure how long it's going to take the president to exit that plane. Let's just pick up those sort of political points. He has been to the UK before. This is a state visit. How significant is it that this is actually a state visit this time around?
So he'll be getting the full treatment from the royal family. Will be meeting with him at multiple points during the day today. He's got the full state banquet at Buckingham Palace tonight. So there's a lot more, as your correspondent was saying, pomp and circumstance around this, much more ceremonial business to take place, and all of that protocol that he struggled with a year ago when he was here just on a working visit, when he met the Queen then and walked in front of her and that sort of thing. There's many more opportunities for him to get that kind of thing wrong, and there'll be a lot of care and attention being taken, I would imagine, to make sure that he doesn't sort of go to the wrong place, say the wrong thing at the wrong point. But this is Donald Trump, and he's very much going to speak his mind on the various issues that relate to British politics, international politics, where there are differences of opinion with the UK government, between them and the Trump administration. So it's going to be potentially quite a difficult visit, this, I think, and there's lots of opportunities along the line for some quite controversial things to happen.
And you say those differences of opinion, and we were talking to Lord Michael Howard and Sir Vince Cable earlier on the programme, and the leader of the Liberal Democrats is not going to that state banquet tonight because he fundamentally disagrees with Donald Trump on a number of issues. And Lord Michael Howard, former leader of the Conservatives, was saying that even though you disagree with him, you want to be there in the room with him to discuss those things. The door of Air Force One is opening. As Lorna was telling us, might take a few minutes, but there will be a lot of political discussion about what he says when he's here, and what he says behind closed doors as well, won't there, Trevor?
Yeah, absolutely. He's due to meet with Theresa May tomorrow, but of course, since she's not going to be a Prime Minister for very much longer, it's difficult to know exactly what kind of reassurances she might get from President Trump about what the future relationship is going to be. And he's obviously got his opinions about Brexit, he's got his opinions about who the leadership of the, who should take over the leadership of the Conservative Party. But as you say, it's not just Vince Cable who's not going to attend this dinner tonight. The leader of the opposition, Jeremy Corbyn, has also said that he's not going to go. Sadiq Khan won't be there. So the political opposition in the UK doesn't want to engage with this US president at this point. But of course, if down the line we have a change of government in this country, they are surely going to have some sort of relationship with him. You might think this would have been an opportunity to at least begin to engage in some way with the US president, even though he is obviously as controversial and divisive as he is. But he said some pretty nasty things over the weekend in his tweets and in newspaper interviews, particularly about Sadiq Khan. So there's not a lot of love lost between some of these characters, so you can understand perhaps why they don't want to be part of this.
You're listening to the voice of Trevor McCrisken, who is an expert in US politics, and we're watching a scene live from Stansted Airport on BBC Breakfast, where Air Force One arrived around a sort of 4 or 5 minutes ago. It's a busy few days of this state visit for President Trump. He's going to Buckingham Palace, various banquets and lunches over the next few days. He'll be having business meetings tomorrow, and he'll attend a breakfast with Prime Minister Theresa May. And then on Wednesday, most of the day, he'll be in Portsmouth for those D-Day commemorations as well.
I know that you're going to stay with us here in the studio, Trevor McCrisken, but let's also speak to Lorna Gordon, who's there just beneath Air Force One, actually, Lorna. And we can see, they have been getting prepared for this for probably days and weeks, haven't they? Just tell us what's going on right now. I mean, we're looking at the door, Lorna, and we can see he's not arriving.
When you have visits on the scale of this, you get pomp, you get politics, and you get huge logistics. You get a sense of all three of those, really, here at Stansted this morning. The Honour Guard from RAF Northolt lining up to greet the President as he walks down those steps. That's the Queen's Colour Squadron from the Royal Air Force there. The waiting dignitaries include Woody Johnson, the US Ambassador, and Jeremy Hunt, the Foreign Secretary. You get the politics, President Trump tweeting on the plane about Sadiq Khan as he made his way across the Atlantic. And you get the logistics, a huge operation here to ensure that the President's arrival on British soil goes smoothly. They've been planning, practicing this for a long time. There's a fleet of US helicopters here, Chinooks and White Hawks amongst them.